Hello, sixth graders. Today we are learning about inferences and how we as readers make inferences. So, as always, I am going to start with a title or a heading. Inferences. 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 Making an inference. So, here's the definition. Inference is the process of making an educated guess about a text based on the clues it provides and our understanding of the world. Inference is the process of making an educated guess about a text based on the clues it provides and our understanding of the world. But I just put out there. Oopsies, I made a mistake. Let me fix that. In our understanding of the world. Okay, that's a long definition, but if we break it down, you'll totally understand it. Now, as many of you know, because I've expressed this, math really is not my strong suit. But I know that it's still super important, and we're actually going to be combining some math right now. So this is my super awesome math equation that Miss Vredenberg has that you're probably going to think is probably a little lame, and I can admit that. However, it does help with remembering how to make an inference. So here's my super awesome math equation on how to make an inference. So since the definition says an inference is the process of making an educated guess, so we're looking to make an educated guess about a text based on its clues and our understanding of the world. So when this definition says clues, what they mean is something called text evidence. Text evidence is the clues in the text. Now, we'll go back here in a moment and talk about what exactly text evidence is. But first, we're going to make our awesome math equation. So, if we take text evidence, which are the clues provided in the text, and our understanding of the world, this sixth graders is known as our background knowledge. That is our understanding of the world. These are things that are in our brain. So here's where the math comes in. If we have text evidence, which is the clues a text gives us, and our understanding of the world, if we add those two things together, This is my plus sign here. So text evidence plus background knowledge equals oops, I don't want the highlighter. The pen. Equals a, oh, come on. Inference. Woo! Yeah, this is our math equation, 6th graders. I know you're all super duper impressed. What we have here is we have text evidence plus our own background knowledge equals an inference. So to break that down even more, what is text evidence, or what are these clues provided in a text? So our definition up here says it's a guess about a text based on the clues it provides. The clues it provides is text evidence. The definition, or the things that are considered to be text evidence. These are things in the text, in the book, that are there. Evidence. It's right there in front of you. There's no denying it. It is right there. So those things would be examples such as dialogue. Dialogue, 6th graders, is talking. It's like characters talking within a book. That's an example of text evidence. Another example of text evidence are events. In the book. Events that happen in the book. Those are all pieces of text evidence. Characters' actions. Things that the character does in a book is example of text evidence. It is things right there in the book. Basically, here's the easiest way to remember it, 6th graders. And I'm going to put a star here. Text evidence is, or excuse me, are the words on the page. Meaning, if you can point in the book and say, Ms. Friedenberg, right here it says this. That, 6th graders, is text evidence. It is things that are right there in the book that you can read. There's no denying it. We're not making things up in our head. It's right there. We read it. That makes it text evidence. But it comes in all kinds of different forms, such as dialogue, characters talking, the events that happen in the story, or the choices that characters make, their actions. So, text evidence. Clues inside the text, meaning things that are there. Next, we have our background knowledge. Basically, 6th graders, when we're talking about background knowledge is what you already know in your head. 6th graders, background knowledge is what is in your brain, meaning the things that you have seen in your life, have experienced, have learned about already. All of us have so much background knowledge, we can't even begin to to describe how much we have, because your brain is just full of background knowledge. So some of you have a really great background knowledge in, say, video games. I personally don't have a great background knowledge in video games, but I do have a pretty great background knowledge in cooking. My dad is a really great cook and has taught me a lot of things, so I feel that I'm very knowledgeable on different recipes and how to cook. So for me, that is some solid background knowledge. This, 6th graders, this equation we will be going over all year long. This is a very complex and higher level skill. But I know with full confidence that we are going to be able to do this, because inferencing is something that you do all day, every day, without even realizing it. So to recap here, this is our super awesome math equation. We have text evidence. Basically anything in the book, anything in a text is considered text evidence, plus your background knowledge. So you take what's there with what's in your head, and you get an inference. An inference is a process of making an educated guess about a text based on the clues it provides and our understanding of the world. And sixth graders, if you want to tell Mr. Marshauser about this awesome math equation that you did math and language arts, feel free to let him know, because he'll be super impressed. Nice job today, sixth graders, and make sure you have all this written down.